Hello, everyone, and welcome to the continuation of the 2016 Minnesota Twins Strat-O-Matic Advanced Replay. Today is game 147, where the Minnesota Twins visit the Detroit Tigers. Today's pitching matchup is between Mike Pelfrey going for the Detroit Tigers and Hector Santiago going for the Twins. All right, we'll just go ahead and get started and just announce the players as they bat or make a play in the field. All right, and leading off for the Twins is their second baseman, Brian Dozier. And he rips a line drive caught by the shortstop, Jose Iglesias. So that's one out in the inning. And here is Jorge Polanco, the switch-hitting shortstop. And he takes a look at a 3-1 pitch high and out of the zone, and he reaches on ball 4. So here is Joe Mauer, the designated hitter today, batting left-handed against Pelfrey. They will not hold on Polanco. Okay, that's a going back on it is JD Martinez. He reaches in, he dives. And he makes the catch. Nice play by JD Martinez, making a nice diving catch. That's 2 outs in the top half of the first inning with no score. And here is the first baseman, Kenny Vargas. And Vargas takes a 3-2 pitch down in the dirt for ball 4. So the Twins have runners on first and second with 2 outs for Max Kepler playing right field today. However, Kepler swing and a miss, strike 3 on a 2-2 pitch. The Twins leave 2. And we go to the bottom half of the first inning. The Twins nothing and the Tigers coming to bat. All right, and Santiago will face the leadoff batter for the Tigers, the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. And Kinsler, hefty swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will bring up his keystone partner, Jose Iglesias, the shortstop. And that's a tough play in the hole for Santiago, or for Polanco, I should say. However, he ranges over, knocks it down, picks it up, throws to first, got him. Nice play by Jorge Polanco. Not usually known for having great range, but he got to that one. And here is the first baseman, Miguel Cabrera, with 2 outs and nobody on and no score. And Cabrera grounds one of the shortstop, a little bit easier play for Polanco. Up with it, throws to first, and that retires the side in order in the bottom half of the first. And we go to the top half of the second, no score. And here is Eduardo Escobar, made 2 plays in that first inning, the bottom half of the first inning. And that's a base hit right back up the middle. So Escobar, playing good defense, continues with it at the plate. And he is on with nobody out. And here is Eddie Rosario, the left fielder. And Rosario is patient. It takes a 3-2 pitch outside, and that's ball 4. So the Twins have runners on first and second, and that brings up Juan Centeno, as I've now found out the correct pronunciation. And here is, they will play the corners in. He would be a C bunter. he'll take his chances. And no need to. After a couple bunt attempts, Santiago pulls the bat back, and it's ball 4. So the Twins have loaded the bases for Byron Buxton, the center fielder. Centeno is, by the way, your catcher for the day. And golden opportunity for the Twins. Let's see them take advantage of it. The Tigers will play the infield back to give up an early run for 2 outs. And Buxton, a little eager, swing and a miss on a 1-2 pitch, strike 3. So here comes Brian Dozier, who they probably would put on if first base was open, but it's not. And here's Pelfrey's pitch to Dozier. That's a fly ball to center field. Racing back on it is Jacoby Jones. He makes the catch. However, Escobar tags from third and scores. And the Twins have an early 1-0 lead. So Dozier does his job. And everybody else will stay put. And here, hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. No, they're saying that he dropped it. Actually, no, they didn't. No, they said in a further review, they say he caught it. They're right. I thought that was the other side. Sorry. No further review. My bad. So here is Jorge Polanco. Runners on first and second with 2 outs, and the Twins with a 1-0 lead. And that's a high pop-up. Right side of the infield. Going forward is Iglesias, and he makes the catch. The Twins strand 2, but they score a run on the sac fly by Dozier. Excuse me. And after 1.5, it's the Twins 1 and the Tigers 0. Here's Hector Santiago facing Victor Martinez, the designated hitter. And that's a ground ball right to Escobar. Takes his time, throws to first, and he gets Victor Martinez. And here is J.D. Martinez. And he swings at a ball on the outside corner. Strike 3. And so that's the second strikeout for Santiago today. And that's 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, with the Twins leading 1-0. And, Upton fouls a tough pitch off on a 3-2 pitch, and then takes ball 4. So the Tigers have a base runner with 2 outs, down 1-0, and they will hold Upton. And here is James McCann, the catcher. 3. Ooh, and that's just missed by McCann. He tops it right to the shortstop. Polanco on to first, and that retires a side. The Tigers leave 1 and do not score. And your score after 2 complete, the Twins 1 and the Tigers 0. And here is Pelfrey. He will face Joe Mauer. He flew out his last time up. And that's ripped past the first baseman, Miguel Cabrera, and that's a base hit. 2 out of a smash for Cabrera. And the Twins get the leadoff runner on. And here's Kenny Vargas, walked his first time up. And Kenny Vargas showing some patience today. That 0 for 0 with 2 walks. So that'll put runners on first and second. And here is Max Kepler. They will not hold either runner on, and they will play the corners back, not expecting Kepler to bunt. And there's a fly ball to left field. Going back on it is Upton. He races back. He reaches up. And makes the catch. And everybody goes back to their bases. So nice running catch by Justin Upton. And that's one out in the top half of the third. Runners on first and second. Here's Eduardo Escobar. That's a high pop-up. Believe they will call the infield fly rule with runners on first and second. And that's 2 outs as the Kinsler takes care of that one. That's 2 outs with runners on first and second. It's up to Eddie Rosario. And Rosario taking advantage of Pelfrey's wildness. That's 6 walks on the day for Pelfrey. And that'll load the bases for Centeno. And let's see if one of the Twins catchers can take advantage of this. That's going back to the right field. Going back on it is J.D. Martinez. He's almost there. Can he make the play? Yes, he can. J.D. Martinez making a nice running catch, and the Twins will leave him loaded. So Pelfrey playing with fire here, and he hasn't quite got burned yet, but that'll end the top half of the third. We go to the bottom half of the third. The Twins still lead 1-0. And that'll bring up the center fielder Jacoby Jones. Now, not the guy that was a great kick returner for the Ravens that ran a kickback in the Super Bowl against the 49ers. And that's a high pop right side of the infield. Calling for it is Polanco and makes the catch. So here's Andrew Romine, the third baseman, the jack of all trades for the Tigers. And Romine rips one down the line. On the left field line. Cutting it off is Rosario. He throws it back in, but into second with a double is Andrew Romine. So the Tigers have a runner in scoring position with 1 out for Ian Kinsler. And that's a tough play for Polanco. Going towards the bag. And it gets through under his glove. Rounding third and heading for home is Romine. He will score easily. And the Tigers have tied the game at 1. So Kinsler will be held on. He gets an RBI. And we're right back to even here in the bottom half of the third. And Iglesias watches a 3-1 pitch sail high, and that puts runners on first and second with 1 out. And here is the ever-dangerous Miguel Cabrera looking to put the Tigers out in front. That's going back to center field. Back on it is Buxton. He will make the catch and fires it back in, and that holds all runners. So good play by Byron Buxton. And that puts runners on first and second with 2 outs and the score tied at 1. And that's a fly ball to left field. Coming in on it is Rosario. He makes the play, and that will end the inning. And the Tigers strain 2. However, they do score 1, and the game is now tied at 1 going to the top half of the fourth. All right, and here is Mike Pelfrey. He will face Byron Buxton, who struck out his first time up. Let's see here. So here's the pitch to Buxton, a little dribbler out in front of the plate. McCann pounces on it and throws it away down the line. So Brian McCann Or James McCann. I keep calling him Brian McCann. Actually, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Now, hold on. No. The Tigers challenge, saying that the ball was not thrown away, and actually it was thrown right on target. I'm sorry. That's my bad. Misread the card there. James McCann's actually a really good defensive catcher, and that roll does make him just barely out on a ground ball. So Buxton grounds out. They ended up calling it a foul ball in the first play. The little dribbler out in front. McCann throws him out. And here's Brian Dozier. And he rips a base hit right back up the middle. So they have a runner on, and they will hold on Dozier, but he will not go anywhere, being a 50-50 Steeler here. But, they will put on the hit and run with Polanco. He will be a B hit and run. So I don't even need that one. So here's Polanco. Oh, I think this might be better. Misses pitch. Yep, swing and a miss by Polanco. The throw to second is in time. So Dozier just did not beat the throw. The throw just beat him, and Iglesias puts the tag on him. And we go back to Jorge Polanco with a 2-2 count. Bounced right back to the box. Throws to first, and what would have been a double play ball anyway, so maybe it was okay that they started the runner there. However, the Twins run themselves out of an inning. We go to the bottom half of the fourth with the score, the Twins won and the Tigers won. And here is Hector Santiago facing J.D. Martinez. He struck out his first time up. That's a ground ball right to Polanco. Easy play. Throws to Mauer, and that's one away here in the bottom half of the fourth. And here's Justin Upton. That's a fly ball. Deep center field. Going back on it is Buxton. Racing back at the wall, and it is gone. Justin Upton has just taken Hector Santiago over the wall, and the Tigers have taken a 2-1 lead. And here is James McCann. And that's a fly ball to center field. Racing back on it is Buxton. Reaches up and makes the catch as he slams into the wall. So Byron Buxton paying the price, but makes the catch. That's 2 outs. And the Tigers have a 2-1 lead. And here's Jacoby Jones. And Jones, swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. He gets tagged out. And that's strike 3, and that will end the inning. And the Tigers are retired here in the bottom of the fourth. But a 1-out home run by Justin Upton gives the Tigers a 2-1 lead. So we go to the top half of the fifth, and this will be Joe Mauer, 1 for 2 on the day, single and a fly out. Foul ball. So we have a momentary delay to search for the die. Okay. New baseball is found after a slight delay. And here's the pitch to Joe Mauer. And that's a ground ball right to Cabrera. Takes it to the bag himself. And that's one away here in the top half of the fifth. And here is Kenny Vargas, the first baseman. He is 0 for 0 on the day with 2 walks. And that's a play for Iglesias. He gets to it, throws to first, and that'll be the second out of the inning. As the the Tigers have finally retired Kenny Vargas. So it's 2 outs in the top of the 5th with the Tigers leading 2-1. And that's a line drive. And that'll get down in the right field. And that'll head all the way to Triples Alley. And Kepler will get there without a throw. So Max Kepler has just hit a 2-out triple. And let's see if maybe the Twins can get some clutch hitting and tie the game. Here is Eduardo Escobar facing Mike Pelfrey. And they will. Base hit right up the middle. And the Twins tie the game at 2. So a little 2-out magic by Max Kepler and Eduardo Escobar. And this game is now tied. And here is Eddie Rosario with a runner on first and 2 outs, and the game tied at 2. And the ball gets past McCann, and the runner goes to second. And that makes it a 2-2 count. And on the 3-2 pitch, that ball is popped up. Foul territory behind home plate. Right by the screen is McCann, and he makes the play. So the Twins are retired here in the top half of the 5th, but a 2-out rally ties the game at 2. And that might be all for Pelfrey here in the 5th inning here. They will get Blaine Hardy loosening in the pen. And Hector Santiago will take his warm-up tosses for the bottom half of the 5th. And here is Andrew Romine, the third baseman, doubled and scored his first time up. That's a ground ball in the hole. Getting it is Vargas, throws to Santiago covering, and that's 1 out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, And here is Ian Kinsler, 1 for 2 on the day. And Kinsler draws ball 4 as he is patient on a 3-1 pitch that's out of the zone. And they will hold him on. And that means Iglesias, they'll trust that he'll get the bat on the ball. And that's a fly ball to center field. Racing back on it is Buxton. He makes the catch. And racing back to first base is Kinsler, and that's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And here's Miguel Cabrera, the first baseman, 0 for 2 on the day. And that's a play in the hole for Dozier. And he gets to it, throws to first, and that will end the inning. So the Tigers are retired here in the bottom of the 5th, and we go to the top of the 6th, tied at 2. And Pelfrey they will cut him short. And they will bring in Blaine Hardy. So they will bring in another lefty. Or they actually bring in a lefty. That's right. The lefty is Santiago. So Blaine Hardy will finish his warm-up tosses. Okay, and here is Juan Centeno, the catcher, and he is 0 for 1 on the day with a walk, and he will face Blaine Hardy. That's a ground ball right to Cabrera. Takes it to the bag himself. That's one away here in the top half of the sixth. And here's Byron Buxton. That's a fly ball to center field. Plenty of room for Jacoby Jones. And that's two away here in the top half of the sixth. And here is Brian Dozier. He is one for two on the day with a sac fly and was caught stealing. And that's a ground ball right to Iglesias. Throws to first, and that retires the side in order here in the top half of the sixth. And we go to the bottom half of the sixth, and we are tied at 2. All right, and Santiago will face Victor Martinez, JD Martinez, and Justin Upton here in the bottom half of the sixth. And that's a fly ball to shallow center field. Racing in as Buxton makes the catch for one away here in the bottom of the sixth. And here is JD Martinez. And Martinez goes fishing on a ball way out of the zone. Strike 3. That's 2 outs here in the bottom of the sixth. And we're tied at 2. And that's a ground ball to the shortstop. Polanco gets to it, takes a step, throws to first. And that's the end of the bottom half of the sixth inning. The Tigers go in order, and your score going into the top of the seventh, the Twins 2 and the Tigers 2. And the Tigers will take out Blaine Hardy. He did do his JOB. And they will call on Kyle Ryan to come in. So they will have another lefty come in. And he will face Polanco, Maurer, and Vargas. So lefties will turn the switch hitters around. We will let Ryan finishes warm-up tosses. And here we go against Jorge Polanco. 0 for 2 with a walk today. And Polanco swing and a miss, strike 3. So he is now 0 for 3 on the day. And here is Joe Mauer, the designated hitter today, 1 for 3 with a single. And that's a ground ball to Cabrera. Takes it to the bag himself, and that's 2 away here in the top of the 7th. And here's Kenny Vargas, the first baseman, 0 for 1 with 2 walks. And that's a fly ball to left field. Going back on it is Upton. He is under it, and he makes the catch, and that retires the side in order. And we go to the bottom half of the 7th, the score tied at 2. And take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root for the Tigers. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. And here is the catcher, James, don't call me Brian McCann. And Santiago will stay out. He's not been through the order 3 times, so we'll keep a short string on it. The Twins will have JT Chagua and Alex Wimmers loosening in the pen. And that's a ground ball right to the shortstop. Throws to first, and that's 1 away. So Polanco with the assist. And that's 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. And here is Jacoby Jones. And that's a base hit into center field. Cutting it off is Buxton, and he will hold Jones to a single. And here is Andrew Romine. 2 out, 1 out. They will play the corners in. We'll make them a C bunter, but they will not bunt with 1 out. And that's a ground ball to Escobar. On to second for 1. On to first, not in time. So Romine beats out the ground ball. However, there are 2 outs with Romine at first. And here is Ian Kinsler in what will probably be the last batter for Hector Santiago. And that's a ground ball to Polanco. This time he will just go to first, and that will end the inning. And Hector Santiago has given the Twins 7 solid innings. And he will go back and he will be pulled. They will get JT Chagua up. And Kyle Ryan will be pulled after his 1 inning. They will get Justin Wilson loosening. They will get Justin Wilson in the game. Excuse me. So he finishes his warm-up tosses, and we put him in the scorebook. All right, so Justin Wilson will come into the game. He will face Kepler, Escobar, and Rosario. And that's the play to the third baseman. That's Romine. Oh, he dives towards the line. Makes a great play. Gets up, throws to first. He got him. Great play by the utility infielder, Romine. And he gets a nice hand from the Comerica Park faithful. And here is Eduardo Escobar. And that's a pop foul, third base line. That's Romine again, takes charge and makes the catch. So that's 2 outs here in the top of the 8th with the score tied at 2. And here is Eddie Rosario. And Rosario swing and a miss on a 2-2 pitch, strike 3. And so we go to the bottom half of the 8th. With the score tied at 2. And Hector Santiago will be pulled. They will get JT Chagua in the game. And he will face Jose Iglesias, Miguel Cabrera, and Victor Martinez. Okay, as we get Chagua to finish his warm-up tosses. So the line on Santiago, in case you're wondering, 7 innings. He gave up 2 runs on 4 hits. He struck out 4, and he walked 3, it looked like. All right, so here is Chagua to finish, to start the bottom half of the 8th. The Tigers will get Mark Lowe and Francisco Rodriguez loosening in case they take the lead. And that's ripped down the line, right field line, fair ball. Going into the corner. Iglesias rounds first and heads into second. And that's a double. And that'll put a runner on second. And Paul Molitor puts up the 4 fingers and tells Miguel Cabrera, "We will not let you beat us." So they will give him the intentional walk. They would rather let Victor Martinez or JD Martinez beat them. And here is Victor Martinez with runners on first and second. And that's a fly ball to right field. Coming in on it is Kepler. He makes the catch. Iglesias goes halfway and goes right back to second. So that brings up J.D. Martinez with runners on first and second. And that's a fly ball to left field. Coming in on it is Rosario. He makes the catch, and the runners have to head back to their bases. So after the first two reached, Chagua has bared down, and here is Justin Upton, 1 for 2 on the day with a solo home run. And Chagua gets Upton to chase strike 3. So after a rough start to the inning, Chagua bared down and took care of the Tigers in the bottom half of the 8th. We go to the top half of the 9th. And coming into the game will be Mark Lowe. And he will face Centeno. Actually, he will not face Centeno. Let's see. They will call Centeno back to the dugout. And Kurt Suzuki will be pinch hitting for Juan Centeno. And he will stay in the game and catch the rest of the game. Coming in to hit for Centeno, the pinch hitter, Kurt Suzuki. All right, and that'll end the day for Centeno. He was 0 for 2 with a walk. And we'll put in Mark Lowe here. And Mark Lowe will face the pinch hitter, Kurt Suzuki. And here we go in the top half of the 9th. That is to Iglesias. Oh, great diving play by Iglesias. Gets up, throws to first. He got him. Oh, what a diving stop by Iglesias. As he gets Suzuki out at first. And here's Byron Buxton. And the 2-2 pitch gets away from McCann. Takes ball 3. And on the 3-2 pitch, pops it up right in front of home plate. McCann throws off the mask and makes the catch. And we go back to the top of the order, and Brian Dozier. And here he comes against Mark Lowe. The Twins will get Alex Wimmers. Actually, no, they'll get Brandon Kinsler getting ready to go in the game. But not right now, as Mark Lowe is wild and throws ball 4 to Brian Dozier. No, he can't steal. And here is Jorge Polanco. And he rips a line drive, base hit just out of the reach of Ian Kinsler. And the Twins have runners on first and second. And they will get Joe Mantiply loosening in the pen. And here is Joe Mauer with runners on first and second. Oh, and he gets one down strike 3 as Mauer went fishing. And we go to the bottom half of the 9th. with the score tied at 2. And the Twins will bring in Brandon Kintzler, their de facto closer, just to keep the game close. Okay, and he will face McCann, possibly Jacoby Jones. They have okay, so Tyler Collins might be coming into the game if McCann gets on. That's a ground ball right to Polanco. Throws to first, and that's one away here in the bottom half of the 9th, and they will let Jacoby Jones hit. He is 1 for 3 on the day. And Jones hits one to the shortstop. Again, Polanco is there, gets it, throws to first. He got him. And here is Andrew Romine. I know I'd say that again. All right, here's Andrew Romine. And Andrew Romine rips one to deep right center field. Going back on it is Kepler. He looks up, and it is gone. Andrew Romine has just walked this game off in the bottom of the 9th. And there is massive celebration going on in the field as Romine steps on home plate. And the Tigers win this one 3-2 in the bottom of the 9th on an unlikely source. Andrew Romine got a pitch down in the zone that he liked, and he ripped one over the right field wall, and Brandon Kintzler blows another save. Wow. All right, so your final score in game 147, the Detroit Tigers 3 and the Minnesota Twins 2. The Twins actually tied this game in the top half of the 5th, but could get no closer as Mike Pelfrey and 4 relievers hold the Twins to 2 runs. All right, so that will make the Twins a record 57 and 80. Hold on. That'd be 57 and 90. Or 57 and 89. They will be 57 and 90 going into their next game, which actually will be played on the channel. That will be the Twins going to Citi Field and facing the New York Mets. That will be Jose Barrios against Bartolo Colon, and the pitchers will hit. All right, everybody, thank you for staying with me through this game, as it was a great ending with Andrew Romine walking it off here in the bottom half of the 9th off of Brandon Kintzler. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button. And if you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and hit that bell icon. You'll be notified when any new videos come out. And whatever games you are playing, please enjoy yourself, and may your games be lively and your games be good. Have a good day, everybody.